very chaotic start here. Damon Rock's already up into second place. It's been very chaotic. I honestly don't know how he's done it, but it's been a great start from him, and obviously must have been chaos. There's so many drivers already made a pit stop. Again, I can only apologise for that. I cannot help my internet, but again, I do apologise. But Ozundon, he's got a 4-second advantage to Damon Rock's chased him down now, both on the same strategy. Damon Rock's had a great start from back of the grid already, but he's been chased down by Luna, who's, don't really know what the positions gained are, actually. If I quickly just check position change, he's gained 12 positions there, but also Mentalist up into P5 as well, had a good start as well. Normal and King Brian both up into the points as well, had good starts. Luna gained 2, but a few bad ones, Ross, Badgersaurus, Slingshot, all of these, and AG as well, all of them had to make a pit stop, and all really not being great for them, and they're all going to have compromised races now, with compromised strategies now. But these drivers are still going to go on. The front three are all pretty spread out by the looks of things. Well, first and second definitely spread out, but Damon's going to try and do his utmost best to close down that gap to Ozundon and try and get that debut win, which would be very good from it on the back of the grid. Ozundon, no, he is not any sort of slouch. He's quick, and he's looked pretty quick around here. Damon did get the better of him in qualifying, but obviously Damon started from the back anyway. But we could definitely see a very close fight here. That gap hasn't went down that much in the last few laps. Now Ozundon's coming on to his 4th lap already, so it is looking like it is looking like it could be pretty close to that gap. It's not going down too much, so it looks like Damon and got pretty similar pacing here, so definitely something to keep an eye on. That gap's still 4.2 seconds between the front two, so really not much happening, but Damon Rock's already spreading that gap out, and I'm going to apologise to the back of the grid as there's been a battle going on here for that P10. Badgersaurus round the side, and actually AJ's diving it back down the inside of the car there. Very audacious move from the Red Bull, but he made it work, and now Badgersaurus up into P10. AJ dropped down out of the points, unfortunately for him, and he is going to have to really fight for that as there's contact being made there between the two drivers, and really not good at all there, but Badgersaurus is like in King Brian at the moment, but the fight is still going to go on for these points positions. Slingshot all the way over the back of Ross as well. These drivers obviously had to make pit stops due to contact at the start of their race. Again, I can only apologise for this, but it still goes on going very cautiously through there. There's Slingshot and Ross. There's Ross with a little bit of damage, no, he's just taking it very cautiously. Does the Cyberman here, but actually up ahead again. Badgersaurus up into P9, H up into P10. Now, sorry, King Brian's the one who loses out, and down into P11 he goes. But our focus goes back to these two now. Can Ross make the move here on Slingshot? And actually, Slingshot's made the move on Ross, I should say, sorry. Slingshot up into P12. I must have made that move at the hairpin. He's got the DRS and he's managed to pull away there from that. Cyberman normal is left session, so it's going to be a free position for all these drivers as well. Good for their races, I suppose. That gap down to 3.4 seconds, so Damon is slowly closing that gap down at the front, but not considerably, and the pace is still evenly matched there between these two. These two, the only kind of back of the grid, really the only ones that are pretty close at the moment. Everyone else fairly spread out, as we're just going to go and go with AJ here. He's taking over the limelight at the moment, and he can just take us through a few laps here. Really nice, some really nice camera shots there. As the Red Bull actually makes contact with the wall, and that is not a nice for AJ doing that. It's not a nice camera shot as he makes contact with the wall, and possibly a little bit damage to the front wing. I don't think there is. There possibly could be though, and that is really not good for his chances of this race. He might have to make another pit stop already, and now Joe's left the session as well, but he's back in. Is he back in now? He's in Ghost. Hopefully someone can get him back in the session, as now Damon is close to that gap down to 2.7 seconds at the front, so we're getting very close now at the front. As actually Ross and still keeping up with Slingshot overtaking last lap, but he's still trying to stay honest and staying with the Force India man. But again, we never know what could happen. As now Ross is really trying to stay with Slingshot. I don't think I think our pace is pretty similar. I'm actually normal from there. Although there is getting overtaken, but as the AI, so obviously no points will be scored for him, no matter what. Now Ross and Slingshot going after again. That's a weird place. And Slingshot maybe made a mistake. Sorry, apologies again, but might have been a slight mistake there from Slingshot in his cost position now. To Ross behind him. That was really not ideal, as we're getting a nice rear end view of that force in there. But that's not really what we want. There we go. As he's now dropped that position down to Ross, and he's now down 2 positions now below the point, so it's really not what we'd want at all there for the force in there, man. There's a little bit of lag, but we're all good. And now Joe that's his AI, isn't it? Joe's AI goes into the pits, but it doesn't make too much difference, as it is AI. Now, actually, Chinny has had a pretty poor start from P3, but he's on the Alpha Soft, so wait, has he made a pit stop? Wait, if he stops. Yep, so Chinny's actually made a pit stop, so he must have been tangled up in that first lap carnage, or he just has made a pit stop in the last few laps. Looney me up into P3 as well, but he's obviously Chinny doing the 2-stop here, so he's going to have to push, and he's going to have to make this 2-stop work for him. He can't take the Ultras to the end, so he's going to probably do high push Ultras. It's not the worst traction in the world, obviously, with this being a pretty quick pit stop as you cut out turn 1 and 2. So this 2-stop could work if he can clear the drive in front of him. That's now aging the wall there. Heartbreak for the Red Bull man there. That has ruined his chances of getting points in this race. That's ruined his 2 consecutive point streaks in a row for the Red Bull man. That's heartbreak there for AJ, but there's nothing that can be done, and he's now going to have to run back for the pits, and he's probably going to find himself last by the end of all this. So really disappointing there for AJ indeed there. But now going looking a bit further up at the front, Damon and Ozone Dan very close now. Damon's closed that gap to just 1.1 seconds at the front, and Damon looking to possibly pounce for that win, or for the provisional lead in the next few laps. As there's a few actually coming to lap, a few cars in front of them. Damon not getting the DRS, but 2 tenths he needs to get now to get within that DRS there to get between those Dan's kind of 1 second there. So that's now ages and find himself in another hole there. Bit of a peculiar spot. He's now retired from this session. Really upsetting there for AJ, but I wish him the best luck next time out in Great Britain, or Silverstone, as it is known. But now, we are just coming on to lap 10 fairly soon now, and that gap is now 8 tenths at the front, so Damon Rock really closing down on Ozone Dan now. He's now getting his first hint and first sniff of the DRS on Ozone Dan now. He's obviously not going to make the move now, but he could definitely close up, and we possibly could see him move this lap down into 4th gear. You see him closing already on Ozone Dan now. And will Ozone Dan maybe get the DRS here on the Toro, not that Toro Rosso, the AI in front of him they're lapping? He possibly could, and that could really give him a boost and possibly keep him ahead of Damon for this one more lap. Does he get the DRS? Yes, he does. So it's going to make Damon's job our life 10 times harder now, as he's got overtake ERS. So does Damon. These two, they're going to get in the slipstream train here for Damon. He's going to have to go round outside it. It's not a place you would normally see an overtake move, and Damon has to back out, but he's trying it on the switch back there. Does the Mercedes man, but again, it is going to be audacious. He's now back in the slipstream. Both got DRS enabled there. Now done into turn 2 they go. Damon rocks round the outside of Ozone Dan. Bossman versus Ozone, and of course Bossman Racing wins here. Damon rocks up into P1. Great move there for the Mercedes man. Ozone Dan down at P2. By nothing against Ozone, just I can have a little bit of bias there towards there. Damon is my Bossman driver, needs that flag with a lot of pride there. He's now up at P1 from the guys Damon rocks, and I do wish that other few Bossman drivers racing in Tier 1 within about 25 minutes if you want to watch that. It is F1 IRL, basically this name without the 2, and you can see questionably and better racing there, same track, and possibly a full grid as well, and that'll be, I think it'll be Ant Beacon and Scott doing your commentary there. So after this one you could hop over and probably catch the race start for that one, so you're going to have an action-packed night here for IRL. But Ozone Dan, he's back in the DRS of Damon Rocks, and Damon Rocks It's still definitely looking as mirrors as they come into the last 2 corners now. Can't ozone down, make him move in Damon Knox, Damon getting a big moment there out the last corner. But he's still right up to carry on. And really looking good for Damon now if he can try and extend that gap now. That 1 second barrier, he'll be looking good now. Looney must have picked up DRS now. Hyper Shadows very slowly comes into the pits. He does the Red Bull man. Really not wanting to get a penalty, and he really is making sure that there's comes into the pits. He's going to come out probably just near this Ferrari, as we see the Ferrari also comes into the pits on the super softs. Early pit stop there from Mentalist, and actually comes into the pits as well, but he doesn't pick up penalty. So a lot of drivers come into the pits now. Does Badgersaurus go into the pits? No, he just stay out. But Hyper Shadows, he's coming out, he's got clean there, and he's fitting on that ultra soft compound, so looking like he's also doing the 2-stop now, as does the Red Bull man. But now looking back at the front, Damon versus Ozone man. Round 3 it is for these drivers. Can Ozone Dan find a way by his time? DRS and fourth there. All in real life, but you always see it in IRL here. He's got it really just betray. Damon Knox here for this lap. As now King Brian comes into the pits as well, he's going to drop back a little bit. But Ozone Dan here really just try to stay within DRS of Damon Knox here, but it is not looking too likely. Now Chinny here. Oh, big moment there in his exit there. He's pitting on the super pretty early, so maybe wants to try to take a strength, but it is really going to be a push there for this Toro Rosso man. But as Joe gets by, oh yeah, no, it's AI normal there, but Giacchini, he's wanted to probably try and get by Rawson, but he's not really within DRS this lap. So I don't think we're going to see it. Maybe is it also made a mistake? They really dropped back now to Damon Knox in first place, as they hopefully Damon can get by King Brian safely. His blue flag has now been flashed, and King Brian actually is going to really compromise them there. Damon Knox will have to go round the outside there, and now he's really compromised Damon Knox here, but luckily for Damon, he's going to pick up the DRS for a little bit of a compensation, and then let's hope Ozone can a bit of an easier ride getting through there from Damon Knox, and now TDH will leave the session because he's about to go and crash out in Tier 1 and then join back. I'm joking, obviously. He's Ozone Dan, big moment there in the wall there, making a joke about TDH will crashing, and then Ozone Dan goes and does it there. But luckily for him, he doesn't lose any win. Obviously, Joe kind of do wish Scarfright's also leaving there. Those two boys, obviously, two main guys, like they're racing Tier 1, which I did mention in not long of time, so I do wish them the best of luck. And then Ozone Dan didn't really get that big moment there. Wow, but luckily for him, he managed to keep going, but he's really dropping out from Damon Knox and now Chinny there. He got a big moment, and he's actually maybe as he took Slingshot out with him, but he's now Slingshot, or has he just lost a lot of time? He's lost that Slingshot now. Get back down the inside. He's getting a great camera angle of it there, but really not much he can do there. As now Slingshot here, he's up at a P7, but maybe not for long. Chinny, he's looked at quite promising pace, but really just not consistent enough there to do really any kind of threat on the front kind of guys. As now comes into for another pit stop there, does Chinny, so really not helping his chances in this race by pitting for probably the third or fourth time in this race. But pumping pit stops, Ozone Dan comes into the pits now. He's triggered his undercut attempt here on Damon Knox, and all eyes are going to be on Damon for this lap. He's going to have to push if he does want to try and cut off that undercut there from Ozone Dan, or does he pit this lap? Obviously Ozone Dan has did his qualifying laps on these tyres, so there could be a little bit more when he actually gets in front wind chain. That explains it, so he did get damage in that incident there within the Wall of Champions there. Wall of Champions, is that a sign that Ozone Dan is going to be our champion next season? It's a little bit kind of a bold prediction, but he could be our champion already at this race. Do not rule that out just yet here. He's going to come out just into P3, well ahead of Hyper Shadows, but Looney moves up into P2. And it actually gets in the grass. I didn't really quickly catch that there, but he gets on the grass a big moment there. Coming out the pits, he's trying to weave his tyres probably. Is that in frustration, or is that to try and get tyre heat into his tyres? Probably the latter. Unless, yeah, because that is the Mercedes of Halsey in front of him there. But hopefully he'll let him by nice and easily. Yes, he does. He pulls over at the right. And then jumps back over at the left, but Ozone Dan overtakes nice and easily up into P3. Does the harsh driver, so that was really good for him. He gets a big moment again there. And that corner, we get this beautiful camera angle again. My favourite bit of the track here. Very nice there indeed. But now, I'm not focusing on the camera angle. Damon Knox That's what we're focused on. He came into the pits, he fitted on a super soft compound now, and what will happen here? Will Ozenblan get this undercut attempt? I don't think he'll, obviously, because they got the front wheel changed, but now, does Looneymoo get ahead of Damon Knox? Oh, that could change things up. Looneymoo here, coming down at turn 2, but Damon Knox just shoots out in front of him. Obviously, it wouldn't have been for a net position, but it really could have really could have spiced things up. But Damon Knox here, up into P1, and looking like he could just cruise these next 20 laps from here and get his maiden win here from the back of the grid here, but do not count anything out just yet. It's a big moment there. Look, all it is one lapse of concentration from Damon Knox, and he could find himself out of this race. And Jacko's last session. Another one of our tier 1 driver tonight is now Looneymoo, cuts the corner there. Big one there, but Jacko, also another tier 1 driver, wish him good luck tonight as well. But Looneymoo here, probably going to be staying out for another few laps with the Taurus of something normal behind him. Not his chinny behind him, so really, obviously lap down, so he's not going to be able, well, he can re-overtake, which we've seen famously in real life with Esteban Ocon and Max Verstappen, not ending well for really either of them, and getting the handbags out at the end of the race. But now Looneymoo comes into the pits now. That's quite early, because no way you can do 20 laps on Ultra Sauce. So, is he pitting for Ultras? That is Ultras, the way he's taking them to the end of now. He's going to get ahead of Hyper Shadows and behind Ozone Dan. But really, I doubt it. Looneymoo, sorry, is going to be able to take them to the end. But, yeah, that was really strange. It's probably still going to get my podium, but, you know, it's pretty strange a strategy choice here from Looneymoo, because he's probably still going to have to pit again. So really not, that was quite a strange decision there for Looneymoo to come into the pits for Ultrasofts, but we never know, a safety car could really put it to saver. Oh, he's just got great tyre wear there, and he could take this then possibly, but I think Looneymoo could just have a bit of a lonely race. Hyper Shadows behind him still has to make that pit stop, and Badgesaurus still having to make a pit stop as well. Basically all the drivers behind him still having to make a pit stop, so I thought other than King Brian, but he's quite far back, so I think Looneymoo, if he can keep it clean, can still get a podium. And I don't think I'm going to be seeing the top 3 change that much. I don't think we'll probably change at all. Unlike, well, if the referee kind of keeps going the way it is, I'll go to the way, unless anything too drastic happens. I don't see anything really happening there, but that is Mentalist picking up a penalty there. As we're just going to go on board with Damon Knox here for these next few laps. He's really been cruising out at the front there. There's not much action happening on track, but I'm sure we will see those gaps closing down. There's a few on Ultras, a few on Supers, but we've still got to probably see Slingshot, Ross and Badgesaurus. They'll still need to make a pit stop now, and they will pit on the Ultra Soft, but they'll probably take them a lot longer than we've seen the likes of Looneymoo do it, because Looneymoo did pit pretty early though, compared to the likes of Badgesaurus, Slingshot, Ross and probably Normal, but I don't think he's in the session. But yep, it's now actually Ross coming into the pits now. So Ross is coming into the pits now. He thinks this time for him to pit is now, and he's going to fit on the Alpha Soft compounds and take them in. He's going to drop down, probably down into P9. I don't think he'll get overtook by Chimney as he's the last pit stop there. We get a great view of his sexy character there in the mirror, and we're just on board with Chimney now, coming into turn 2 there. Then at turn 3, will he get ahead of Ross? Yes, he does actually. So Ross drops down into P10, but he can have those fresh Ultras. Chile will definitely have to pit again. So Ross is probably in a net P9, possibly even a P8, because we're going to see Slingshot pit fairly soon as well. As we just go on board with Force Man, will he make his pit stop this lap as he goes into this hairpin here? Get a big note there. First gear, really like to rev that engine there, coming onto the back straight now. 6th gear, 7th gear. And now, possibly going into 8th gear if you really like that. Badgesaurus comes out of the pits here. He fits on Super Softs. Huh? He was on Super Softs, if I'm right in saying. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Yeah, Badgesaurus. Oh no, he was on Ultra Softs. Wait, what? Ah! Okay, my apologies to Badgesaurus there. He was on Ultra Soft in the very first lap. He pitted on the Super Shoes, he's doing the Ultra Super Supers. a strange strategy there from Magisaurus, but he is allowed to do it. That's going to be his second pit stop, and he's using 2 choices of tyres. That is confusing me there. She's a bit confused there. Either but Slingshot's sitting out there, so he's going to probably take another 1 or 2 more laps on these super soft compound of tyres, as really he's going to probably do another few laps and put on the softs and take them to the end, and he's really going to feel the benefit near the end of this race now, as he's coming to the lap his ghosted teammate of Joe, because Joe's last session back. He's going to get a DRS, so he's going to thank you very much getting me those extra few tenths in this right now, as he's going to pick up the DRS. Or does he? Yes, he does. On the bottom right of your screen now, he has DRS enabled there, coming down the straight there. It's a good bonus here for the full Sunday man, as he comes to last few laps now on those super soft compounds. He's going to stay out for another lap, does Slingshot, but I'm sure we'll see him coming into the pits fairly soon now. As I've mentioned, tyre wear isn't that much an issue around here, but like any other track, or like any other motorsport, tyre wear isn't nice to have, and it is still going to hold him up, and he's probably setting the slow start times of the race for Slingshot himself. Is going to be the slowest point of the race for him on those old super softs, but when he gets on those fresh ultras, he will be flying, and he could definitely be a threat to watch out for, to probably get some good points in this race. Top 8 could definitely be in the cards here for Slingshot. Actually, I'm saying a top 5, no, 5 is pushing it. Top 5 actually, maybe, could be in the, actually no, because that's 8, 7, top 6 on the cards here for Slingshot, definitely. I think he would be pretty pleased with that, if I do say so myself, as he now comes on to possibly his last few moments in the super soft. Will he pit this lap, or does he stay out for another lap? The full Sunday man here, or woman, and he now is coming into the last few corners now. Does he go straight on into the pits? No, he does not, and he stays out for another lap there. So really stretching that stint. It's going to be his 18th lap now on those super soft tyres as he comes across the line now. That's 18 laps on the super softs. We're really liking to push his tyres to their limits, and he'll really be feeling the kind of aches and groans of those tyres now as they're coming to the end of their stint. They're probably in the 60s and the 50s and 60s by now, and he's going to feel it. Well, personally, last night in the rest of the World League, Masha was on their ears, and he's probably going to feel that through here as well now. Now I actually just realised on the full string there, if you see to the left hand side, I'll try and get rid of that, 2 working as 1 duo. So there's a kind of, I look like, you know, that random cunt, he's just got a free shout out on the IRL stream with a full 3 viewers right now. So really, they're going international, but Slingshot there, big moment there, and that's not what those duo company would like at all there. Big moment for Slingshot, and that is what I was telling you about the rear. He was really struggling with him on the exit, and he might be vulnerable now. Actually, I think that's Damon coming to lap him. But he's definitely going to come into pits now as he go on, probably Damon not to get to get a good view of this. With force in there, we'll probably just go straight on into the pits. Oh no, he stays out, wow. Really interesting stuff there for Slingshot there. You can tell that he's really aching those tyres out, and he stays out for another lap there. He's now going to get lapped by Damon Rock there. Will he just move it away nicely? Yes, he does. That's a nice way to do it there for a Slingshot. I'm impressed with that there. Doesn't really compromise him or Damon too much there, as he's now coming on. Damon now coming on to lap 22 out of 35, so 13 laps ago now. Damon, it has been pretty dominant, you could say, since he got that lead there. He managed to break out the gap to Ozone Dan. Dan made that fatal mistake there, and then really just kind of controlling the race on there and then. Now, yeah, Mental's coming out of the pits. He'll be fitting on another set of Ultra Cells. He will be taking these tyres to the end, and he will really be wanting to push now as he's going to come out probably just behind. Not because Ozone Dan's out! Oh, massive scenes here in this race. Ozone safety car. Is that a safety car deployed? Yellow flags. Ozone Dan is a virtual safety car. I don't know why I'm not getting that. That's pretty. Thanks, game. But Ozone Dan is the World Champion. It probably was. I'm just on board with Hyper Shadows, and I do not see. It was on the X maybe. I'm not too sure, but real disappointment there for Ozone Dan, and that is really going to be massive for this race outcome. He was on board for a great holiday points, and that could promote Hyper Shadows now. Out of all people, up in, no disrespect to Hyper Shadows, but out of all people up into that podium position, but he still obviously has to pick Badgesaurus. Is probably looking at a good position. Actually, I think Hyper Shadows could get this one here. Seconds, I think Hyper Shadows is in a great spot actually. Now we go green flag racing once again. So we could really see Ozone Dan leaves this session, really picking up his first podium of IRL Tier 2, which would be very good for him indeed. Now they're actually, King Brian, they're getting a big moment there, as we just go on board with Hyper Shadows onto those two drivers in front of him that are both, I think, AI. But there you go, that has released any pressure that that Damon Knox had there. He's now got a 30-second gap behind him until Lunimu still has to pit. Wait, oh, we could actually see. Nah, okay. I say we could see a little wee battle, but not really much going to be happening. I don't think. To be fair, I've just kind of a commentator cursed Dan there. I said the top three wouldn't change much, and well, there you have it. Ozone Dan is 3 away his 18 points. Possibly he's not winning this game. He makes a mistake. And he is now going to come home today with a big fat 0 there. And really disappointing there for Ozone Dan. And the Ozone team there will be disappointed with that, but I'm sure he'll be able to come back next week even stronger as it go on board with Damon Knox here, coming into those last few corners now. But I think maybe Damon should just be like, oh, that's my phone smash. We could definitely see Damon Knox here make a pit stop. He's got the gap to do it. Lunimu still has to make a pit stop, so we could probably just see Damon Knox make a pit stop, a little bit of a security pit stop. Actually, I'm going to check the penalties for you now. For this Canadian Grand Prix, Damon Knox here has got 2 penalties, and Lunimu has 2 penalties. Hyper Shadows has 0 penalties, so really good there stuff. Oh, very good stuff there from Hyper Shadows, apologies. Now Badgesaurus, he's got quite a lot there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that is 15 seconds worth of penalties if my maths is correct. Now Mentalist has got 1, 2, Slingshot with 1, Chinny with 0, we'll do Ross, who has got 1 warning, and then King Brian, who's got quite a few as well, so really mixed. Actually, King Brian picked him for all and they just deserve top penalties, but Badgesaurus probably not looking like to get a podium. I think he should be comfortable to get that podium, to get that top 4th place, sorry. So really disappointing. I think he probably could have a piece of the podium, but just those penalties really will just probably start kind of hampering that a bit. A 31-second gap there to Lunimu in 2nd place. It's been a very comfortable display from Damon Knox so far, but it is not over yet. He's still got 10 laps to go. We've seen it with Ozone Dan. Mistakes can happen. It is very easily. We could see 1 lapse of judgment from Damon Knox here, and it could end it all. 25 points down the drain, but we will not think like that. Damon Knox has got. I've got the faith in him there for the Mercedes man. His debut race, and it is all riding on him now to come home with those big fat 25 points. And now Hyper Shadow's coming into the pits here. He's going to probably maybe drop by Badgesaurus here. As Badgesaurus is coming into the pits now. Hyper Shadows, he's now just coming out the pits. Now. Sorry, that's who I meant. Will he come out ahead of Badgesaurus? This is crucial for his race round it out. Sorry. Oh, Badgesaurus, but he does not make that mistake. And he's going to have to stay behind, but he's really a lot quicker now. He's got those Hyper Softs to his disposal, and he's going to probably clear this McLaren man within the next few laps, or even the next few corners, as it gets all over the back of the McLaren now. Coming out of turn 6 here, he has to lift up a little bit there due to the dirt here, but he's got the fastest compound. He's probably the faster driver at the moment now. He's got less penalties. The third place is already wrapped up, but he could easily have it on track at the moment. As now that is Hastily getting out nicely out of the way there, so thank you to him. But might have just gave Badgesaurus that all-important DRS there, as we now go on board with the Red Bull man. Red Bull versus McLaren. What will happen here between the two drivers here? Can he make the move stick here? On the McLaren. He's going to get DRS, I think, there, because there's so many AI cars here. But if you see the Red Bull and the McLaren, these are the two we're focusing on. But really not much happening there now. Fatal Twine, sorry, I mean Badgesaurus and Hyper Shadows kind of clear themselves through those AI cars. Now we can have a clear battle now for this third place here. Hyper Shadows is going to get it on track, but surely he'll be able to get this one. He'll be able to get this in the next few corners. Now, I actually want to check, can he stop his Hyper Shadows done? So he did 2 stop there. Alright, yep, so he took Ultras to Hyper, so really the quickest strategy around here. And he's making that, well, the quickest 2-stop strategy. As he actually goes round outside the Badgesaurus, I did not expect a move there. But he made it one more slight corner cut there. But he's going to keep moving on, he's going to back off there. As Hyper Shadows there. But he's going to probably play this one tactically. He's just letting them through. And now he's going to try and go back on the attack there. But Badgesaurus is going to try and make the switchback stick here. On the Red Bull man here, DRS enabled here, ERS here, McLaren versus Red Bull, the two, well, what is in this game, Renault powered engines here. Coming at the last few corners, there's not really going to be a move here about Badgesaurus. He's wanting maybe try and make a move here in Hyper Shadows, but I don't think there's going to be anything. Hyper Shadows now going to probably pull away, and probably he's going to be alright. But is he now going down to turn 2, down the inside to the Red Bull? He makes a move, it's going to be the turn to the outside for turn 3. He's not going to have as much grip as the Red Bull, but still, he's still going to make the move through. It's a great move here from Badgesaurus. But okay, apologies for my amazing internet there, but we've seen Badgesaurus make that amazing move there, but Hyper Shadows, he wants to recreate that now. He's not going to make the move here, he's going to have to back off and really run out of ERS now, and he's really running out of laps now. Coming to the last 5 laps here, he's going to have to make, our last 6 now, he's going to have to make this move stick fairly soon now. Does the Red Bull man, but he's not going to make the move here down at turn 2, so he's going to have to stay behind Badgesaurus for another lap at least. Now actually, fair play to Damon, he has lapped the full field other than I am in the top 4. So really impressive stuff there from Damon. He's actually at 1 minute 5, so Damon probably closing him down a little bit there. So he could possibly lap everyone other than the top, other than second. And that would have been an amazing flick there. And if these two keep battling the way they are, we could see that happen definitely here between these two drivers now. Badgesaurus actually pulling away from Hyper Shadows there, which is pretty strange to see, but I'm actually kind of surprised at that. But Badgesaurus, he's obviously got those penalties, so Hyper Shadows like he's going to have to try and close on quicker tyres, so you would back Hyper Shadow in this situation. Maybe it's just a mistake there from Hyper Shadows, but I'm really keeping my eye on this between Damon and Hyper Shadows. If he could lap the full field other than second, that would be something remarkable. As now King Brian, oh no! He was in a great points position there, P9, it would have been his first points of the season for the Renault man. No teammate Marks Knight, and they'd have been flying so far for Renault, but unlucky for King Brian there. He is out of the session and 0 points coming to his name after tonight. It's been a really strong race for the Renault man, but let's just hope he can come back strong next week in Britain when he's hopefully going to have his teammate back as well. But now, Badgesaurus and Hyper Shadows really Badgesaurus really kind of stretching that gap now. Not stretching it, but kind of pulling away. I would expect Hyper Shadows to be bye now, but obviously not. Now Damon Fox, he is not too far behind Hyper Shadows as well. Obviously, it's not going to impact the race at all, but it is pretty interesting to see that. Now Hyper Shadows, so on the back of Badgesaurus here, but really, I say that he isn't, no. He's a little bit too far back, and it is really going to be getting frustrated now. He's probably going to get us, if I check, will be getting this podium on. Yep, obviously he's only got 1 penalty. Badgesaurus has more than I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. so possibly could he's not going to drop him down to P5, I doubt it, but it's still really not good, so that's probably why he's trying to make a gap just in case. I doubt it. He's going to probably get, the best he's going to get today is going to be P4. As I comment, the last 4 laps of this race, Damon, he's got insight of those 2 drivers in front of him. It's only a few seconds he needs to lap the top 3 here. Top 3, 3rd and 4th here. Now Badgesaurus. Actually, no, is that? Oh, that's shit. He made him passing the Ross there. Apologies there. On those fields there. I did miss that overtaking now. That is now taking right out the points there. But, okay, no, there were 2 goal sheets, so never mind in that one. But Ross and Chinny up at P7 now. Ross down at P8 actually. But disappointing there for Ross. So, he's not had the best of days that you could say it. Or is he? He might be happy with these points. I'm not too sure. There's some yellow flags in sector 1. Is it any leaders? Luckily, well, I still bad for yellow flags, but no one noticeable. So you can go on board with Damon Knox unless it's Hyper Shadows, and yeah, Hyper Shadows really dropping off now from Badgesaurus there. So Badgesaurus really got to move on now. Obviously, it's not really going to give him a podium at the end of this race, but it is still going to just give him. It's still going to give him enough to. It's still going to give him enough to get that podium, as now Damon Knox here, he comes on to his 3rd last lap. And this is it. He just has to keep it on track. He's got a 42-second buffer to the car behind. As now that's a Sauber, that is Ross actually coming into the pits, so obviously thought he would just be better pitting, might have had a possibly risk a puncture there. So really, just, wow, Damon getting very close to that over there. Imagine after all that he would have retired from the races. Now he's really pushing Damon Knox now. I think he will knows it just as much as me as he wants to maybe try and lap the top 3 or 4. As now the blue flags have been shown for Hyper Shadows. And Hyper Shadows must be pretty confused, like, I'm 4th place and I'm getting blue flags, but it just shows you the outright pace Damon Knox has showed today. And what a debut race it's been for him now. Will Hyper Shadows let him through here? No, he will not, but I'm sure we will see Hyper Shadows let him through fairly soon. But Damon Knox here, he's only got 2 more laps to go, and it has been a pretty good display there from the Mercedes man, but obviously not all done just yet. Hyper Shadows now, he's probably going to pull out. Yep, he's going to let him through just about now, but he's probably going to lose a lot of time. I think that was pretty silly from Hyper Shadows. It'd have been better for Damon to let Damon catch him through the kind of trickier section through there, and then maybe bet the trickier section like in the last few corners, then let him back. But that's somebody there, and he's dropped back massively now to Hyper Shadows, but I'm sure he will not mind. But now we're going to have to wait. I don't think he's going to be able to get Badgesaurus for Damon Knoxville, but there's a 1 minute 7 gap there to them, so it is. Look, Hyper Shadows is out! Oh my! That is massive news in terms of this race. That's going to give Badgesaurus the podium, and that is massive. Hyper Shadows. Apologies here. He was on course for a podium in this league, his first podium in IRL, I'm pretty sure. And he's just threw it away. He had it on the penalties, and I'm not too sure he did it. I know he did it. Then actually nearly Mentalist nearly making contact with me, but that isn't. That is a disappointment for the Red Bull man. He's out of that race. That's going to probably promote Badgesaurus off into that P3. He was obviously always doing P3, but on penalties he wouldn't have had it. And now Damon Knox coming on to his final lap now. Let's hope there'll be no crashes now for this round. That is 2 big names already in the podium. And we've seen now the podium change not once but twice. We've now seen Looney be up into P2, which was already there. But now Badgesaurus is up into that P3. I think, yeah, the Mentalist is all very, very far behind. So I don't think 4th place will be in the car for him, but it's still a good position for him. I think he can get that P4. But Badgesaurus now, he just needs to kind of take the car home now. He's going to do that 1 extra lap as he's not been lapped just yet, and I don't think he'll be lapped, so he will just do that 1 more lap and he'll be the last person to cross the line, even though he is in P3. Damon Knox a big moment there, but here he is, he's coming in his last few corners now. The last time he had to take this hairpin in this race. It's been a fairly lonely race from Damon Knox. Up into P2 at the end of lap 1, and it got ozone down. And he has kind of shown this race from then on in. What a debut to set yourself into IRL-Tier 2. And it is a very comfortable win there for Damon Knox. He weaves, he doesn't want to crash yet. They'll come around the last 2 corners. The Mercedes man, Damon Knox, he avoids the walls. and he is doing this on his debut race. Damon Knox comes across the line to take an emphatic debut win here for the Mercedes man. Boss man won as well. We got a Boss man 1-2 last night in Race of Worlds, and he does it again in Tier 2. Bossman takes a win, and more importantly, Damon Knox takes a debut win here. What a controlled win there from Damon Knox. 50 seconds behind him. Bobby Lunemu is not even in the last sector yet, and that just shows you the outright pace of what Damon Knox have had to do. 50 seconds to Lunemu now, and really, really impressive there for the Sauber man there. But the Mercedes man there, but also impressive from Lunemu. It is not going to be an easy feat. It's now Slingshot's actually pointed a bit of P4 there. So that's good for him, as obviously Mentos has had that a lot of penalties. So Slingshot actually went to P4 for all that, so he'll be pretty happy with himself now with Badgesaurus as well. Coming across the line, but there's Lunemu. He gets to P2, 54 seconds overall was the gap between Damon Knox and Lunemu. And there you have it. It's been a very interesting race. Badgesaurus is the last one to cross the line, but he will take the podium. He'll be more than pleased at that one there. And he's going to take P3 for the McLaren, and he will be pleased with that one. Indeed. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Damon Knox takes the win on on his debut race here, but it was pretty comfortable in the end there. But Lunemu in P2, a fairly lonely race from him there. Badgesaurus comes home with a short one there in P3. And that will conclude your race here, but we will get the podium driver in for any thoughts there they had on the race. So Damon Knox, I'll get him in it. But there you go, look at Badgesaurus, had 18 seconds worth of penalty, so really looking like he was struggling there with that one. As I invite the podium drivers in to the party, but what a race we've had there. We've had, actually all the drivers didn't even qualify in the top 4, so all pretty comfortable drives there, but my driver of the day will probably quite obviously go to Damon Knox there. It's been a comfortable victory for him there, but he will get extra points, so he's going to come home. He's going to come away with today 26 points, one more than he was expecting. So we have now got our podium driver in, and we've got 1.5 as Damon's now just connected. We're just waiting on Lunemu, but we can get this going anyway, as we've got our race winner, Damon Knox, in the party. So first of all of you remember to include your audio.
I have. Hello?
Nice. Hello. So Damon, first of all, congratulations on that pretty, you could say, comfortable win in the end. And I'm just going to quickly ask you, the stream did miss the first lap, and then at the end of it you were up in the P2, so just kind of talk us through that first lap carnage.
First lap I just saw everyone just crash into each other, so just sit back and watch everyone take each other out and just pick up on this build and take the opportunities that arise.
Oh, fair enough, it worked out pretty well for you. So just kind of, it was a lonely race out there, you could say, after you overtook Ozone Dan. That kind of, just talk us through your mindset in that race here, kind of, to not make any mistakes.
It's just that you don't do anything stupid and just see what happens and just control the race from there on in, really.
Well, fair enough. Well, we're looking on to next week, I think it is Silverstone, so do you think you can get another win there?
Possibly. It's Silverstone's kind of good track for me, so it's Canada, so hopefully for at least a podium next time out.
Yeah, well, unless you don't have anything else to add, we can go on to our second place man. Alright, well, so we move on to our second place man, Lunemu there. So remember to include your audio.
Yep, already have, mate.
Alright, nice one. So, first of all, well done on the P2. And I think I said David had a lonely race, but you were kind of just there, and you found yourself in P2 at the end of your race. Didn't really have much to do, so kind of just talk us through your full race there.
Yeah, I started on the supers, but they wore out a bit quicker than I thought they would. Got to lap 15 and changed onto the ultras, and then took the ultras to the end, which was interesting.
Yeah, just I think it was, I forgot about that. You took ultras 20 laps. So kind of what was the percentages like near the end?
The two rears were on 70%.
Wow. Did you not think about pitting? Because you did have like gap behind you. So was that
I
never really coming into your mind?
I was going to pit, but I had penalties as well. I wasn't sure if I
He
could pull
didn't have
away
that
from
much
them.
of a gap.
No, I didn't. So, and as Matt wasn't gaining on me too much, I thought I'd just stay out. But if he'd pitted, I was going to pit.
Well, I think if I'm right saying this is your second or third podium in a row. I'm not too sure about before, but that's the second time I've seen the podium. So going into next week, it is Silverstone, as I mentioned. Do you think you can get another podium there?
Yeah, Silverstone's not a favourite track of mine, if I'm being honest. But so if I'm on the podium there, I've done really well.
Alright, well, unless you have anything else to add, we can move on to Badgesaurus. That's it. So, Badgesaurus, remember to include your audio. I guess a yes. So, first of all, congratulations on the P3. Probably a little bit of a shock because I'm sure you were aware of your kind of massive penalties. So obviously Hyper Shadows at the end crashing out and which probably and then gave you that P3. So what was your reaction like there as Hyper Shadows crashed out?
I didn't finish what I should have done for nothing in the first lap.
Right, I'm not too sure if you've got a mic or something. Could you try and really unplug
Yeah.
it or something? It's got a little bit buzzy.
Alright,
I'm
just saying,
Very well.
can you hear me now?
Okay, you're better now. Yep, you're better now.
Right. I'm only still angry, mate. First lap taken out. More than once. 5 second stop and go penalty for nothing I did. So I'm happy
So,
with P3.
well, you still got the podium in the end though, so you still happy with that?
Yeah, but I feel it could have been more. Maybe, who knows?
Well, you're looking on towards Silverstone next week. Do you think you can get more than the P3 next week?
Depends if Morg is back or not, doesn't it?
I think he might be.
He is.
So,
We'll see what happens.
oh,
Nothing's
fair
forgiven.
enough, well,
Nothing's given, is it?
well, unless you have anything else to add, I can conclude the stream now. Right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That will conclude the stream for IRL Tier 2. Damon Rocks takes one on his debut racing. What a way to enter into IRL. I want to thank everyone for watching it, all the drivers taking part today, and the 3 interviewees for joining me after the race. Thank you very much for watching. I have been your commentator, Callum G247, and good night.